Um, so good morning. I will speak about the situation in the Czech Republic. For the beginning, let me remind some basic facts about the air tightness in Czech Republic. So despite the global warming, we still have cold winters in Czech Republic. It means that the air infiltration can significantly affect the heat loss, and it can result in a risk of interstitial condensation and consequent structural damage of the building structures. For these reasons, we have some limit values for building air tightness in Czech technical standards. These limit values are not required, are not requirements, just recommendations. So normally we should fulfill these values, but the proof of compliance is not mandatory. It means that we don't need to prove these values by means of air tightness measurements. And this means also that we don't measure systematically the buildings, the new buildings or the building production in the Czech Republic. And we don't have the real, as a consequence, we don't have a real image about the air tightness of new buildings in Czech Republic, just in few sectors of building constructions. So we assume that less than 15% of residential buildings are tested, and the energy performance or the effort to reach a higher energy performance is obviously a strong motivation for air tightness testing. So the buildings tested are mainly the passive houses, low energy houses, and maybe, and also not maybe, but also timber structure houses, where the reason for testing is the effort to avoid the structural damage linked with the condensation. This graph shows that we are able to construct very airtight buildings. Concerning the energy performance calculation, I would like to just remind that Czech Republic is as a European member state must implement the EPBD, and this implementation is made by means of law number 406. But this law just imposes the obligation to fulfill some energy performance requirements and impose to an obligation to issue the energy performance certificates, but gives no details. The details are given in subordinate legal documents. It means ordinances which are mentioned here, and in these ordinances the calculation method is the general framework is described, and some input values are given as well. These ordinances as well specify the content of the energy performance certificate. For the technical details of the calculations, these ordinances refer to the system of European energy performance standards. And the result is, of course, the energy performance certificate. So until 2024, the energy performance certificates were issued at the moment of application for the building permit. It means that the certificates were prepared during the design process of the building. At the moment, when the airtightness cannot be measured, only estimated. So it is of course a source of uncertainty, and the reliability of the calculation and of the result is in this case questionable, because the real airtightness cannot be the information about the real airtightness cannot be put into the calculation. Since 2024, we should prepare the energy performance certificate for commissioning of the building. So there will be the possibility to measure the airtightness and to put into the calculation the measured value and to obtain a more accurate result, more reliable, closer to the real, let's say, thermal behavior of the building. But there is still question if the energy performance experts who do this kind of calculation will change the old habits, and if they really will use the measured data in order to improve the accuracy of the results. There are some doubts about this. Yes, for the calculation method itself, we use the European EPB standards, the whole complex of these standards. We calculate. We use the hourly method for the energy performance calculation. However, the use of a monthly method is still allowed, but we expect that but only for very simple buildings like single-family houses, for example. And we expect that in few years only the hourly method will be used. We have a lot of input values into this kind of calculation. It requires a lot of data. And this data is taken usually from annexes of the European standards. However, some of the input values are set at the national level, and this is the case also for input values for calculation of ventilation heat loss. As one step of this calculation, we have to determine the ventilation airflow rate. It has basically two components: the ventilation itself and air infiltration through the leaks in the building envelope. So concerning the ventilation airflow rate, we have, for the purpose of energy performance calculation for the energy performance certificate, we have to use the values set in the ordinances and defined at the national level. And for the infiltration airflow rate, we should use the European standard, which Valerie has explained. So this standard can be used for determination of the whole ventilation airflow rate. It means ventilation plus air infiltration, but we use this procedure only for determination of the infiltration airflow rates. We use the method 1, exactly as Valerie has explained, and we use 1 hour time step. Yes, and concerning the input values, there is no guidance in the legal documents. For example, in the ordinances, they neglect completely this problem. We don't have any national annex with further details in this standard. And for the calculation, basically, we use default values as they are set in the Annex B of this calculation standard. This is the more detailed overview. Here you can see the calculation steps of air infiltration flow rate, airflow rate, and here the input values. As you can see, we use really only the default values of the Annex B, and in the software, in the software tools, the most frequently used software tools, only the meteorological wind speed and the building air tightness can be changed. So the user can change only the climatic condition, the wind speed, in fact, and the air tightness of the building. Other inputs, including the scheme of the air leakage distribution, are fixed, and we cannot change it. So we have a quite advanced method which allows us to include all these aspects in the calculations, but usually it is not possible to do it by means of the standard software tools. Concerning the estimation of the building air tightness, the energy performance experts who calculates the EP certificates have no guidance. There is no, we have no default values. We have no tables, just in the standard with the recommended values. It is stated that as a design assumption during the design phase, we can use the required or recommended values as inputs to EP calculations, which makes we can imagine that there may be a big discrepancy at the end between the real performance of the building and the result of calculation, because we expect that automatically the limit value will be fulfilled. And we have as we don't have statistics on real air tightness in building stocks, we have no statistical data which could be used for estimation of the typical building air tightness in EP calculations. So, in conclusions, what is positive is that we use a very accurate method, one of the most accurate methods. And good news is also that it is included in standard software tools used for EP calculation, and the user cannot avoid this problem. It cannot pass by, it cannot ignore or neglect the air tightness of building in the calculation. But there is still a big room for improvements, because we have the data for estimation of the real air tightness, and the problem is also the limited competence of energy performance experts. They can use a very accurate and very complicated method, but usually in most cases they have no insight into this problem, and they are not able to accurately estimate the building air tightness and to choose or to put other input values in order to have an accurate result. For them, it's just a big piece a small piece of a big puzzle. The calculation of energy performance is very complex, and this is only one piece, and they still have no expertise to do it, let's say, correctly and accurately. So this is about the situation in Czech Republic. Thank you for your attention.